The horror of a cannibal corpse in the city. The brother and sister went to the park to play on the slide. The little boy slid down first, and suddenly there was a raging lion. Before he could scream, his sister slid down after him. The little girl witnessed her brother being killed by a wild animal. He panicked and immediately climbed up. The male lion opens his jaws. Go bite the little girl on her hands and feet and hold her up. But he soon gave up his despair and slipped. Being held in the arms of the adults who came, the male lion was nowhere to be seen. All that was left on the floor was a pool of blood. A reminder that a tragedy has just occurred here. The beast dives deep into the forest. Just when two unlucky guys went into the woods looking for a ball. As a result, he was violently eaten by a male lion. At night, the lion becomes more violent. He hides quietly in the cold winter. A delivery guy just happened to be walking by. The scent of food awakens the predatory nature of the male lion. He edged closer to the delivery man. Takeout boy suddenly a cold. He glanced toward the rearview mirror. First second of seeing the beast, the delivery boy immediately accelerated forward without looking back. The lion was in hot pursuit. The delivery man and his car went into the moat. He looked around cautiously. The lion did not catch up. The delivery guy was relieved just as he tried to climb ashore. After the tragedy, the beasts continued to forage on the streets late at night. At this moment, a tram passes by and the lion quietly climbs onto the tram. The baby sitting in the cradle saw the lion. He's not afraid. Wake up and call. No, no, no. The mother heard the sound and turned back curious. I was scared out of my wits by the sight. He pulled on the bassinet and backed wildly. The passengers on the tram also saw the beast. They hurried back. Pull out whatever tools are handy. Try to fend off an attack. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. The lion opens its jaws and bites. Light has become a history. It was only a day ago that the precedent was raised. The city lost a lot of its citizens. The police chief was called in at a critical moment. He specially hired a professional hunter to kill the male lion. The hunter followed the path of the beast attack. The lion is about to appear the next martyr. Zone set a trap. He tied the venison to the tree as bait and put down some traps under the tree. Then take out the tape recorder. Play the lion roar over and over again to attract the guru. The hunter crouched in a nearby cabin and waited. Unfortunately, professional hunters are a bit of a showman. This whole trick, he used it brilliantly on the South African hunting grounds, but it's useless here because this beast wasn't pre-drugged. Softfoot shrimp for tourists to hunt at will. The hunter was completely unaware how powerful the real beast is. As the hunters watched with guns, the lion had crept up behind him. The hunter is defenseless. Boyfriend kills to death. The first hunt ended in failure. The secretary immediately launched a second operation. This time he sent out a team of SWAT officers. The operation had barely begun when things went awry. I don't know who set a trap in the woods. The SWAT officer fell into a pit and was stabbed to death. Another SWAT officer was hanging from a tree by a rope. He fired at random in a panic. Killed more than half of my colleagues. The guy who went down accidentally pulled a grenade. Forest explosion. The culprit was found in the woods later. 3 concerned citizens. Trying to make a name for himself by catching wild animals, good intentions and bad intentions, resulting in heavy casualties in the second operation. The director is overwhelmed by the situation. That's when the man recommended a real hunter. He's taken down some of the biggest beasts in the world. And he blunted a leg for it. But this hunter is eccentric. As soon as he opened his mouth, he made a special request. He's using human corpses as bait to lure lions. The reason is that lions are uniquely possessive of their prey. Anything he kills, I would come back and eat it later. Sure enough, as soon as the baby was hanging from the tree, the lion followed. The hunter holds his breath. Suddenly a little dog appeared in the woods, barking with him. The hunter's secret is not good and he immediately turns back and fires. The beast was right behind us. The lion was shot multiple times. He gave up and turned and ran into the forest. The hunter drove his wheelchair and started shooting. He followed the tracks to a medical school. Anna, her ex-girlfriend, came with her. The two walked into the building. The officer on duty has been tragically killed. Anna was about to call the police for help. Unexpectedly, the male lion suddenly sprang out and pounced on the hunter. Anna quickly shoots to distract the lion. She crawled under the sofa to hide. Take advantage of what the lion did to Anna. The hunter steadied himself and fired several shots. He provoked the lion to run into the meeting room with him. The hunter hid behind the door and tried to ambush him with a gun. Who knows, the lion learned, clever not fooled. He retraced his steps to chase Anna. Anna was so frightened that she hid in a room. He climbed up to the ceiling for temporary shelter. Unable to catch Anna, the lion turned and attacked the hunter. The hunter retreated recklessly. The wheelchair suddenly fell down the first floor. His feet were stuck in the air. Finally, under the bite of the lion, he broke free and fell down the building. He propped up his mangled body. Roll and crawl into the lab. Just then the ceiling came crashing down. It was Anna who fell. Two people get together and don't know what to do. Suddenly, there was a roar outside the door. The male lion has followed the blood trail. He's banging on the door outside. The gate won't hold much longer. The hunter looked next to a canister of poisonous gas. Come to one. Thought he was too badly wounded to survive. He has to keep Anna alive. The hunter forced Anna to cut off her injured calf, then wipe off the blood. A fresh bloodline protrudes from the ground. Lure the lion into the chamber. Anna hastily closed the iron door. Spray poisonous gas at the male lion. Who knows the accident suddenly. The lion smashed the gas mask off his face. Anna lost her grip and accidentally took a few breaths. Luckily, Anna's boyfriend showed up just in time. He unlocked the door and rescued his girlfriend. The lion jumped out before he was dead. Anna immediately grabbed her strength and pierced her throat once. The lion was finally dead. The end of the story. Anna stepped into the ambulance to give the hunter one last ride. The car was halfway there. Suddenly there was a roar outside. The paramedic was curious and opened the door. I looked at the door and got bitten off by a monster. There were 2 lions. He's here to avenge his partner. Anna got out of the car immediately. He ran to a car behind him. The car accelerated and hit the ambulance. Pushed the car up the track little by little. Just then a train sped past. Smashed the ambulance to pieces. This is the end of the urban beast crisis.